let's be totally real here. If you're listening to this right now, it's because you're still kind of stuck, right? Stuck on that girl, stuck on that breakup.
You're probably hoping for some kind of sign, maybe a text, a call, anything really. Just something that tells you there's still a chance.
You're probably replaying those old memories over and over in your head. Like there's some kind of proof that things can go back to the way they were.
But here's the truth, man. She's moved on.
And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start actually living your life again.
This isn't some kind of pity party, all right?
We're here to give you the hard truth, the stuff nobody else wants to say.
That hope you're clinging to. It's not helping you. It's holding you back. It's like a wound you keep picking at, you know? It's time to rip off the Band-Aid.
We're going to help you dismantle that fantasy, that whole made-up world you've got in your head.
And get you focused on what actually matters.
Your life, moving forward without her.
That's what this is all about.
Think about this for a second. Statistically speaking, guys get way more hung up on their exes than women do. It's just a fact.
You're actually 4 times more likely to be the one trying to get back together.
Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. 4 times.
If it's been a few months since she left, maybe even longer, dude, the door is closed.
And it's not just closed, it's bolted shut, chained, and probably got a couple of guard dogs out front too.
That feeling you had, you know, like she suddenly disappeared.
Chances are she was mentally checked out way before that. Weeks, maybe even months before.
She was already preparing to leave while you were still thinking you were a team.
That sucks.
That's right.
It's a tough pill to swallow. But it's crucial that you understand it.
This isn't about blaming anyone, all right? It's about seeing the situation for what it really is.
And once you see it clearly, that's when you can finally start to break free.
We're going to break this whole thing down for you. Why she's really gone, all the signs she's not coming back, and how to finally step out of that fantasy land and start building a future that doesn't include her.
A future that's even better than you could have imagined before. So first things first, let's talk about why she's gone. And let's be brutally honest here. Women don't just up and leave on a whim, right? It's usually a slow fade.
Yeah, an emotional withdrawal that's been going on for a while.
By the time she actually says it's over, packs her bags, walks out the door, she's likely been gone in her head for a long time.
This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision.
Nope, not at all.
It's important to understand the whole timeline here. You might be feeling that sharp, sudden pain of her leaving, but for her, she's probably already processed a lot of it.
Right, she's been thinking about this, mulling it over for a while.
Think about how relationships end, right? A lot of couples, they go through these cycles of breaking up and getting back together over and over again. But those cycles almost always end for good.
Yeah, that on-again, off-again thing. It's a recipe for disaster.
Her leaving, it's usually the final act in a much longer play.
It's the end result of a whole lot of dissatisfaction. And there are usually a few core reasons why she got to that point. It's rarely just one big fight or one single issue.
It's more like a slow erosion, a wearing down over time.
Did you feel that emotional distance growing between you?
Like that spark you had in the beginning, it just kind of fizzled out.
That's a huge red flag, a massive indicator that something's not right.
When that emotional connection starts to weaken, it leaves a void.
And a lot of times that void gets filled with unmet needs.
You might have been focused on providing in one area, sure. Maybe financially, for example.
But maybe she needed something else entirely.
Maybe she needed to feel appreciated, to feel like you were really listening to her. Maybe she needed affection in a way that you weren't giving her.
When those needs aren't met, resentment starts to build. And that resentment, it can poison the whole damn relationship.
It's like a crack in the foundation, you know? It just keeps spreading until the whole thing collapses.
And then there's respect. Respect is like the bedrock of any solid relationship.
Without it, you got nothing.
If the respect starts to crumble, everything becomes unstable.
A breakdown in respect, it's like a domino effect. It impacts everything.
Yeah, everything. Communication, trust, intimacy, the whole 9 yards.
So think about it, man. Did you truly understand her emotional needs? Did you prioritize them?
Were you putting in the effort to nurture that emotional connection?
And were you showing her respect, not just with your words, but with your actions, how you treated her, how you spoke to her, all of it?
Looking back honestly at those areas, even if it hurts, can be really eye-opening.
Yeah, it can help you understand what went wrong and how you can do better next time.
All right, now let's talk about the signs. The super obvious signs that it's over, the ones you're probably still trying to ignore. Like she's cut off all communication.
Blocked you on everything. Social media, texts, phone calls, the whole deal.
That's not a game. That's not her being dramatic.
That's a clear boundary, a big, solid wall she's built between you.
And you need to respect that.
What's important to see there is how deliberate that is,
Yeah.
right? It's not just about needing some space. It's actively preventing you from contacting her at all.
And then you see her out there, living her best life on social media.
You might tell yourself it's all fake, just a show to get a reaction out of you.
Maybe sometimes it is.
But often it's not. It's genuine. It's her finally feeling free and happy again.
And that can be tough to see, but you need to see it for what it is. What about those lukewarm interactions, huh? The ones you're probably clinging to as a sign that she still cares.
Yeah, the casual, hey, the short, distant replies.
That's not her being friendly. That's the friend zone, my friend. And trust me, you don't want to be there.
It's a dead end.
And when she gives you back your stuff, that box of your belongings on the doorstep,
That's not a sweet gesture. That's her closing the book.
it's her way of physically and symbolically removing you from her life.
You see, all these things are steps she's taking to create a new life for herself. A life without you.
Yeah, a life where you're no longer in the picture.
Changes in her routine, new hobbies, maybe even a new place to live.
Those aren't about her suddenly rediscovering herself and realizing she made a mistake.
They're about her building an independent future.
You've got to understand, man, this wasn't some overnight decision. It was probably months, maybe even years in the making.
It came down to some fundamental problems.
A loss of respect, broken trust, or maybe just the realization that you were growing in different directions.
Yeah, maybe you just weren't right for each other anymore, and that's okay.
It happens. So stop telling yourself she's going to have some epiphany and come crawling back.
Stop waiting for her to see the light or come to her senses.
That's just a fantasy you're clinging to.
Mm.
And every time you try to get back together when she's clearly moved on, it just makes things worse.
It just pushes her further away.
It's time to let go of that fantasy, man. That whole idea that she's going to magically realize she made a mistake and beg you to take her back. It's not going to happen.
Your mind is creating these scenarios because it's trying to protect you from the pain.
Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
But those fantasies, they're not real. And they're actually preventing you from healing.
It's important to recognize the role denial is playing here. Denial is a natural human response to pain,
It's a way of coping.
but in this case, it's hurting you more than it's helping. You might be downplaying the problems that existed in the relationship, refusing to admit that you played a part in the breakup.
Maybe even getting defensive when your friends try to give you some real talk.
All of that is denial, and it's keeping you stuck.
So what's the cost of staying in denial?
Yeah.
It's huge, man. While you're busy replaying those happy memories in your head, you're actually trapping yourself in a cycle of sadness and anxiety.
You're missing out on opportunities for personal growth.
You're probably isolating yourself from the people who care about you most.
You're stuck in the past while your life is passing you by.
You're literally wasting precious time.
And that denial, it's stopping you from dealing with your emotions in a healthy way.
It's keeping you focused on what was gottable, instead of allowing you to learn from the experience and move on to what could be.
It's like you're hitting the pause button on your life.
And let's be straight up about this. Constantly checking her social media? It's gotta stop.
It's like self-torture, man.
Every time you look, you're ripping open a wound that's trying to heal.
And when you see something that hurts, which you inevitably will,
Her hanging out with friends, looking happy, or God forbid, with another guy,
you're just making the pain worse. You're choosing to suffer.
you're pouring salt into the wound.
The ultimate sign that it's truly over, the one that should make you wake up and smell the coffee.
That's when she doesn't even seem to care anymore.
Not anger, not sadness, not even coldness.
Just pure indifference.
Indifference is the opposite of love.
And it's a pretty clear indicator that she's checked out completely.
Moved on. Done.
So how do you finally break free from this cycle of false hope? How do you stop torturing yourself?
First, you gotta face the truth. Head on, no excuses.
Stop trying to rationalize her behavior. Stop with the what-ifs and the maybes.
The sooner you accept the reality of the situation, however painful it is, the sooner you can start to heal.
Acceptance is tough, man. It's really hard. But it's the first step towards freedom.
Fighting reality just creates more pain. It keeps you trapped in this inner turmoil.
Acceptance allows you to start processing those emotions, to start moving forward.
It's like you're finally releasing the handbrake.
All right, next step. You got to cut those digital ties. Unfollow her on social media, block her number, whatever it takes.
Get her out of your digital world completely.
Every time you see her updates, every time you check her profile, you're preventing yourself from truly detaching.
It's like picking at a scab. It'll never heal if you keep doing that.
You've got to give yourself a clean break.
Removing those triggers is so important.
It gives your mind a chance to start disengaging from the relationship.
It creates the space you need to start healing.
And then take all that energy, all that mental and emotional energy you've been wasting on her, and channel it into something productive.
Hit the gym.
Focus on your career goals.
Start that business you've always dreamed of.
Learn a new skill.
Anything that gets you moving forward.
Take all that negative energy and turn it into something positive.
By shifting your focus from the past to the future, you're redirecting that energy towards something that will actually benefit you.
Energy follows focus. So choose where you focus your energy wisely.
Exactly.
And finally, something that's really important. Be kind to yourself, man. Practice some self-compassion.
It's natural to want love and connection. We all want that.
But letting that desire keep you stuck in a cycle of pain and false hope, that's a choice you're making.
Acknowledge your pain. Let yourself feel it. But don't let it consume you.
Healing isn't a straight line. You're going to have good days and bad days.
Ups and downs, that's just part of the process.
But accepting that the relationship is over, that's not about erasing the past.
It's about acknowledging that chapter is closed and it's time to start writing a new one.
It's about moving on to something better. All right, let's shift gears a bit. It's time to start thinking about your life without her.
And this isn't about finding a replacement. It's not about jumping into another relationship just to fill the void.
This is about rediscovering who you are as an individual.
About creating an even better version of yourself.
Think back to before the relationship.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy doing?
What were you passionate about?
What made you feel alive?
Reconnecting with those passions is a huge part of rediscovering yourself.
Dust off that old guitar.
Hit the hiking trails again.
Pick up that camera and start taking pictures.
These aren't just distractions, man.
They're pathways back to the core of who you are.
Engaging in activities that bring you joy, that make you feel good about yourself, those are crucial for rebuilding your self-esteem. They remind you of your own worth.
Yeah, they help you remember who you are outside of the relationship.
And think about setting some goals, some concrete goals for yourself in different areas of your life.
Career goals, fitness goals, personal development goals, anything you want.
Actively working towards those goals helps you rebuild your life on your own terms.
Yeah, you're not living for her anymore. You're living for yourself.
And don't isolate yourself, all right?
You've got people who care about you.
Lean on your support network.
Reach out to your friends. The ones you might have neglected a bit while you were in the relationship. They want to help. They want to see you happy. And put yourself out there. Meet new people.
Join a club.
Go to some events.
Volunteer your time. Every new connection you make helps you redefine yourself.
You're not just her ex anymore. You're you.
Building a strong social network is so important. It helps you feel less lonely. It gives you different perspectives. It reminds you that there's a whole world out there beyond that past relationship.
Every single day, give yourself a mission. Do something you enjoy.
Do something that takes care of your well-being.
And confront your emotions. Head on, no matter how uncomfortable it feels.
Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage you, who celebrate your wins. And if you're really struggling, if you feel like you're drowning,
Don't be afraid to get some professional help.
a therapist can give you the tools you need to process those emotions, to challenge those negative thought patterns.
They can help you build a stronger, more resilient future.
Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, man. It's a sign of strength. It means you're willing to do what it takes to heal and grow.
Yeah, it means you're taking control of your own well-being. Listen, being single right now isn't a punishment. It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity for self-improvement, for growth, for rediscovering who you are.
Every day you spend without her is a chance to become a stronger, better version of yourself. It's a chance to rediscover all those parts of you that maybe got lost in the relationship.
It's like a reset button, a chance to start fresh.
Okay, let's talk about turning this pain into power, because that's what you can do.
That hurt your feeling. Don't let it destroy you.
Use it as fuel. Use it to transform yourself.
The key is to channel that emotional energy in a healthy way. Don't try to bottle it up.
Bottling up your emotions doesn't make you strong.
It just delays the inevitable. And it can lead to some serious problems down the road.
Processing your emotions, dealing with them head on. That's what real strength looks like.
So embrace the healing process. All of it. The ups, the downs, the whole roller coaster.
Learn from every experience. Redirect that anger and frustration. Use it to your advantage.
Hit the gym. Throw yourself into your work.
Start a new project, build something, create something.
Guys who channel their negative emotions effectively, they often come out of heartbreak stronger and more driven than ever before.
Yeah, they turn that pain into rocket fuel.
And journaling can be really helpful too. Write down your thoughts, your feelings, everything.
Getting it all out on paper can really clear your head.
It helps you understand what you're going through.
Think of this whole experience as writing your comeback story. This isn't just about getting over her.
It's about becoming a better, more resilient man because of this experience.
It's about leveling up.
Reframe the narrative, man. Stop seeing yourself as a victim.
Start seeing this as a chance for growth, for change, for becoming the best version of yourself.
Develop your inner strength. Cultivate your emotional resilience.
Those are skills that will serve you well for the rest of your life and take ownership of your recovery.
No one else can do this for you. You're in the driver's seat.
Taking charge of your own growth. That's what builds true confidence, true self-worth. Look, the pain you're feeling right now, it's temporary. It will fade.
But the strength you gain from going through this, that's forever.
Think about it. Every challenge you overcome, every skill you learn, every goal you achieve, those are all reminders of how far you've come.
They're proof that you're capable of anything.
And stop putting all your eggs in one basket. Stop relying on one person for your happiness.
Cultivate multiple sources of joy and fulfillment.
Your career, your friendships, your hobbies, your personal growth, all of it.
That's how you create a life that's truly rich and satisfying.
All right, let's make this crystal clear one last time. Accepting that she's not coming back, it's not a failure.
It's not giving up.
It's a liberation.
It's freeing yourself from that cycle of false hope and wasted energy.
Remember, she probably started detaching emotionally long before she physically left.
Wishing and waiting and hoping.
It won't change anything.
Time alone isn't enough to heal. You've got to actively engage in rebuilding your life. Stop asking yourself, will she come back? And start asking yourself, what am I going to build now? The statistics say she probably won't return, but that's not the point.
The point is that you have the power to become a stronger, happier, more fulfilled man than you ever were in that relationship.
You have everything you need within you right now.
So take that first step today. Revisit a passion you've forgotten about. Challenge yourself physically.
Turn that pain into something productive. The man who emerges from this storm, he's not just the guy who survived without her.
He's the guy who thrived because of it. He's the guy who chose to become the best version of himself. Subscribe to the Heartbreak Survival Guide at getoverher.co's newsletter.